So guys, Zayn's just dropped a teaser for his upcoming rap single, and yep, it's about the racism he faced in One Direction. And some thieves stole Beyonce's watermarked unreleased tracks, footage, and set lists. Also, Katy and Orlando have officially called it quits after nearly a decade together. Speaking of public betrayal, Astronomer's CEO got caught kissing his HR chief on Coldplay's Kiss Cam in Boston. Let's start with Zayn Malik, because he's not holding back anymore. So Zayn just previewed a new rap track called Fuchsia Sea, and let's just say, it's not about heartbreak or fame, it's about racism. Real, raw, and straight from his time in One Direction. Yep, Zayn's officially calling out the stuff that fans thought was going on behind the scenes. But now he's saying it out loud. In the lyrics,
in the band, I didn't even used to talk at all. I used to just stand on the stage frowning, brooding, walking around. So it's an improvement. So thanks for being patient with me, yeah?
He raps about being the only brown guy in a white band, working twice as hard just to get half the credit, and still being laughed at. No names are mentioned, but come on, it's not that hard to read between the lines.
The Zayn's name. He was the first one to leave One Direction.
Yes.
Were you angry when this guy decides to suddenly leave the band? Because you were happy in One Direction. You weren't thinking in that area of leaving the band. Was that an insult to you? Was that something that he should not have done?
If I could say it's something he shouldn't have done, because I just didn't feel that way.
Right.
So it's hard for me to condemn it, because I don't. And especially in hindsight, looking at it now, the last thing that I would have wanted is for him to have stayed there if he didn't want to be there.
But maybe he could have handled it better.
Yeah, I think it was a shame. It was a shame, and it was in a tour. And I think if he'd come to us and maybe kind of discussed it a little more, we might have found a way to kind of do it a little smoother. But
Zayn's been quiet for years about his 1D experience. He left the band back in 2015, and while he hinted at feeling disconnected, this is the first time he's openly bringing race into it. And through music, no less.
Yeah, I think I'd known for a minute. There was a lot of, look, I don't want to go into too much detail, but there was a lot of politics going on. Certain people were doing certain things, certain people didn't want to sign contracts. So I knew something was happening. So I just got ahead of the curve. If I'm being honest with you, I was like, I'm just going to get out of here. I think this is done. And I just seen it. And I completely selfishly wanted to be the first person to go and make my own record. If I'm being completely honest with you, I was like, I'm going to jump the gun here for the first time. I'm a passive dude, but when it comes to my music and my business, I'm serious about it, and I'm competitive. So I wanted to be the first to go and do my own thing. That was the reason. And then there was obviously underlying issues within our friendships too. We'd been together every day for 5 years, and we got sick of each other.
What's even more interesting? The timing. It's been almost a decade since he left the group, but clearly the stuff he went through is still sitting heavy. And now, instead of a press interview or a tweet, Zayn's doing what artists do, telling his truth on a beat. And if you think this is just one emotional verse and that's it, think again. Zayn's already teased more music that dives deeper into identity, fame, and the industry's fake love. So yeah, Zayn Malik's not here to play nice anymore. He's finally saying what needed to be said, and this time, he's saying it his way. Now from Zayn's bars to Beyonce's vault, let's talk about what just went down in Atlanta.
Okay, to Atlanta now, in a major theft shaking up the music world. Atlanta police say hard drives containing unreleased Beyonce music were stolen during a car break-in last week. The hard drives also included footage plans for Queen Bee's show and future set lists.
So Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour is in full swing, but during the Atlanta stop, someone actually broke into her crew's rental SUV and made off with unreleased music. Yep. Actual unreleased, watermarked Beyonce tracks, along with footage, rehearsal notes, and even set list details were stolen from a locked vehicle outside the venue.
Just as she was kicking off her Atlanta leg of the Cowboy Carter tour, and it happened at Krog Street Market, which is this very popular food hall in Atlanta. Now, according to Beyonce's choreographer, Christopher Grant, and also a dancer, DeAndre Blue, they pulled into this market at around 8 o'clock at night. An hour later, they went out to the car and they noticed that the window towards the trunk was damaged, and they found that 2 suitcases were missing, and inside those suitcases were hard drives that contained watermarked music, unreleased music, footage plans for past and future shows, and also set list. We know that in addition to all of those very important things to Beyonce, I'm sure there were also laptops, headphones, different kinds of electronics. So lots of questions about why that would have been left in a vehicle in a parking garage, but definitely not something that such a high-profile celebrity would want to fall into the wrong hands.
Now, it wasn't her personal car, but it was part of her team's official tour setup. So this was no random break-in.
Atlanta 911 operator 7731, what's the location of your emergency?
According to a police incident report.
They have my computers, and it's really, really important information in there. Like, I work with someone who's, like, of a high status.
Police have confirmed the theft, and get this, they've already identified the suspect's getaway car, a red Hyundai Elantra, because of course it was. Surveillance footage caught it on camera, and now they're using fingerprints found on the vehicle to track the thief down. But as of now, no arrests. Now, we know Beyonce runs a tight ship. This is the same artist who's dropped full surprise albums with 0 leaks. So the fact that someone actually got their hands on her unreleased material? Yeah, it's serious. Like, FBI could be involved, serious. Some people even think this was planned, like an inside job or a calculated hit on the tour. Either way, Beyonce's team is in full lockdown mode. So while she's still out there killing it on stage, backstage, it's looking like a full-on security crisis. We'll see what happens next. But whoever stole from Beyonce, yeah, they might have just made the worst career move ever. All right, speaking of chaos, let's talk about Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. Because yep, after nearly a decade together, it looks like it's officially over. First off,
it's being reported that Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom have broken up. TMZ reported that the couple are no longer together, and there were already rumors after Katy Perry rented out their $30 million house. They first got together in 2016, they got engaged in 2019, and they welcomed a daughter together in 2020.
Orlando showed up solo to Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding in Italy. And no, Katy wasn't busy. That's the kind of A-list event you show up to with your partner, unless something's off. And fans have been noticing Katy's vibe lately, especially on tour.
This is especially shocking as Katy and Orlando Bloom have recently made their split official after 9 years together, and Orlando is at the wedding? Make it make sense. However, Katy is currently on her Lifetimes tour in Australia, so she has an excuse. But she's the one who's buddies and went to space with Lauren, not Orlando. Gayle King, who also flew to space in April, is at the wedding. As of yet, no sign of the other 3 Blue Origin crewmates. Other guests spotted: Oprah, the Kardashians, Usher, Tom Brady, Sydney Sweeney, Leo, Bill Gates. Who isn't there? Katy.
During a recent performance, she hinted at letting go and moving forward in a way that didn't sound like she was just talking about a song. Subtle? Yes. Obvious? Also yes.
At last night's LA show, the singer coyly addressed splitting from Orlando Bloom when fans voted for Katy to sing one of her breakup hits.
Y'all want me to sing Not Like the Movies at this time of my life? I'm gonna try to hold my composure.
Concert goers also picked the one that got away just 12 days after the couple of 9 years announced their split.
Good for you, 2 songs about breakups.
Katy called in backup, bringing her dad, Keith, on stage.
They've had ups and downs before, but this time there's 0 interaction on social media, no red carpet moments, no anniversary shoutouts, just radio silence. And what's even more telling, Orlando's team hasn't denied the split either. In fact, they're staying completely quiet, which usually means one thing: it's real, and they're keeping it private. So while there's no drama exploding online, this feels like a classic case of we're done, but we're being grown about it. Honestly, for a Hollywood breakup, that's kind of refreshing. But still, Katy and Orlando fans are definitely feeling it. After nearly 10 years, a kid together, and multiple engagement rumors. It's a lot.
Things that I fell in love with Katy was like, I didn't really, she hates when I say this, so I have to word it carefully, but her music was everywhere, right? When I came up, it was just on every radio station, but I wasn't conscious of, like, I wasn't what I was listening to, but like, I fell in love with Catherine, this girl from Santa Barbara, you know, and by the way, parents, pastors, living on food stamps.
Yeah.
We're not talking glamorous.
Right.
Montecito, like, or
Yes,
Santa
it's
Barbara.
the side of Santa Barbara no one knows.
It's
yeah.
the side
yeah.
that no one knows. And
We'll keep watching, but for now, yeah, it's giving quiet split confirmed. Next up, CEO caught cheating. Coldplay Kiss Cam edition. Astronomers CEO Andy Byron was spotted getting cozy with his HR chief, Kristen Cabot, during a Coldplay concert in Boston. The stadium's Kiss Cam caught them hugging, and right as the camera zoomed in, they froze, freaked out, and bounced. Within hours, video blew up. Astronomers' board swung into action.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Cringeworthy footage.
Placed Byron and Cabot on leave and launched an internal investigation. Pete DeJoy, co-founder, stepped in as interim CEO. Then came the next move, resignation. Byron officially stepped down, saying he didn't meet the company's standards of conduct.
Astronomer announced its decision to place Byron on leave. Writing in a July 18th statement on LinkedIn, co-founder and chief product officer Pete DeJoy is currently serving as interim CEO, given Andy Byron has been placed on leave. We will share more details as appropriate in the coming days. The company also shared that a formal investigation has been launched. Writing in a separate statement, Astronomer is committed to the values and culture that have guided us since our founding. Our leaders are expected to set the standard in both conduct and accountability. The company went on to clear up rumors about other employees being at the concert and if their CEO has publicly addressed the situation.
But this wasn't just a cringe concert moment. And the impact? Massive. The video has over 60 million views, rack of memes, jokes, and even parodies at a Phillies game. So yeah, one awkward hug led to a corporate shakeup, a resignation, and a viral culture moment that's still playing out. And that's a wrap for today's tea. But what do you think about Zayn's new track? Brave move or overdue moment? Should Beyonce drop those stolen tracks now just to spite the thief? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like if you're still processing all this chaos, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories.